We are Jake Medical, the leading distributor in GE Mac 1200s. And we also service and sell refurbished units as well. Today, first we're going to do is go through the basic steps on how to use your Mac 1200. First step would be loading paper. With the header on top and the indentation or the missing circle on the left upper corner, this is how you want to start. Page open on the left, folded side on the right. So this is how your paper should look when you're loading into your Mac 1200. So what you want to do is lift up on the door, open up and slide your Mac 1200 paper in, grabbing the top page and pulling it out halfway. Firmly lift the door up again, making sure that these 2 points are closed. Now what you want to do is turn on your Mac 1200 by the on standby button. It will go through some self-tests. It can take up to 10 to 20 seconds for your self-test to finish. At first, it will take you over to the first screen where you will see flat lines if you're not connected to a patient. Now once you do have a patient connected and the patient cables are firmly attached here and your patient is hooked up, you will get tracings like this: limb lead 1, limb lead 2, limb lead 3. Now you'll be able to look through the different leads by pressing the lead button, which you'll be able to view the rest of your 12 lead EKG. Here you have one screen, there you have the vectors 1 through 3, and the next button you'll have the vectors 4 through 6. Pressing it one more time will take you back to limb lead 1, limb lead 2, and limb lead 3. At this point, your Mac 1200 EKG is set up for a 12 lead EKG. So the first screen you come up to if your patient is connected is your limb leads 1, 2, and 3 tracings. What your first step would be is to type in the patient info with the patient info button here. New patient, yes. Type in the last name. Hit the enter button to scroll to the next field. First name. Enter button to scroll to the next field. Date of birth. In order to move to the next number, you just use the arrow key to the right and type in the numbers. Patient ID number, whatever you like, and the rest of the options as well to go through. For time's sake, we'll just continue on. Start stop button will save these changes. So here you're at the limb lead screen again. So GE Mac 1200 standard 12 lead is already put in place for you. So there is no need to press the 12 lead button because start and stop will run your EKG for you. By pressing this button, your EKG should print out. Here's the printout of your EKG. As you can see, name John Doe. Birthday is here. Interpretation of the EKG is up here as well. Here is your 12 lead EKG for 10 seconds. Now, in order to put the institution name, which most doctors usually like to have on there, we would hit the setup button to go into the setup menu. And this will take you to a 12 lead or system setup. Where we want to go is system setups. So you would press the down arrow key once and the enter button. And on the top is the physician name. The brackets are on no, but what you would like to do is go to other to add physician by hitting the right arrow key and the enter button. Here you would hit the enter button until we get to the last name of the first row. And you would type in the doctor's name. Enter, first name. Enter to save the field. Start and stop to save the configuration. Now the order physician will be able to be printed on the EKG. Now you'll be able to put on the institution name by scrolling down to institution name and enter the institution name. Enter button to save the field and start stop to save the configuration. Now that you have all the information input, when you're doing your patient info, it will give you an option for the physician name. As you scroll down, move over to others, hit the enter button. Smith pops up as the physician name. Press enter on his name. Now he is the doctor or the physician that will be printed on the EKG, as well as the institution name. So you would just go ahead and press start stop to get that 12 lead EKG. It takes a 10-second EKG, so it will take 10 seconds of data and it will print the EKG. So here we have the name, John Doe, the institution name, Jacob Medical, and your physician's name, John Smith, in our case. The GE Mac 1200 comes with thermal print head, so there is no ink involved whatsoever. Usually if you're having print issues as far as too light of a print or something missing, it would be one of three things. It would be the way the door is closed. If it's not tightly securely closed on this point and this point where the two hooks are, you will have the missing leads in your print. Another thing is if these two infrared sensors, 1 and 2, are not cleaned with, you can use alcohol swabs just to dab them in there and clean, and that will help prevent your printing issues that you are having. Another common problem there is with your GE Mac 1200 that you might have is that the limb leads will show up flat lines. If you're having flat lines or any artifact whatsoever with your leads, the first and foremost problem that usually can cause this is the patient cable. So the patient cable is hooked up to our patient here. But usually if there is not a good connection, let's say if it's loose just even a little bit, that may look like it is connected, but it's not. What you need to do is firmly press it in there, wiggle it in, and make sure you have a strong, secure connection here in order to have good tracings. To fix your date and time, to set up your date and time, we would hit the setup button, and then we would go down to setup, hit the enter button, system setup, and scroll down to where you see the date and the time. And you would do that by using the down arrow key. Here we have the date where you can change the date to whatever date you would like, and the time to whatever time you would like, AM or PM. To switch the brackets over, you do have to use the return button. That will switch it to AM or switch it to PM. And this is how you can change your time on your Mac 1200. So these are the basic steps in using your Mac 1200. Any further questions or any needs you might have, give us a call here at Jacob Medical. That's area code 909-902-1178. Thank you very much.